Hello everyone and welcome to GTA 6 Universe for a Weasel News Report, the very first one about GTA 7. Yes, you heard that correctly. We're talking about GTA 7 on December 4th, 2025, while GTA 6 is still a long way from being released. Dan Houser, the former vice president of the famed Rockstar Games, was asked to respond to a question regarding the sequel and a potential GTA 7. And according to him, Rockstar is already hard at work on it and has been for quite some time. So in recent weeks, Dan Houser has been making numerous appearances on TV shows, podcasts, and radio programs. After more than 2 decades in the shadows at Rockstar, Dan is now leading a major promotional campaign for his first novel, A Better Paradise, and his new studio, Absurd Ventures. Dan's new company is not idle. Founded in June 2023, it already has 3 published projects, a podcast, and a novel for A Better Paradise, and a first comic for American Caper. Currently, the studio is working on 11 new comics and a novel adaptation for the American Caper series, a second volume, both podcast and novel, for A Better Paradise, several animation projects in the Absurdverse, and finally, 2 video games. And during his appearances, each time, interviews naturally begin with his long career and his time at Rockstar. And just recently, during his last interview at the end of last week, Chris Evans, the host of Virgin Radio UK, asked if after GTA 6, there would be a GTA 7. Of course, GTA 6 is still far from launching on our PS5 and Xbox Series X, Series S consoles. The game is now expected on November 19th, 2026, and with all the problems accumulating for about a month, there's reason to be concerned about a possible delay. Let's not lie to ourselves. The news lately hasn't been great. But why do you think they're mentioning GTA 7 in this interview if GTA 6 is supposedly still far from finished? I think this is all a well-calculated strategy by Rockstar. Our patience is being tested, but for a good reason. But for the general public, it's all still quite vague and they're unaware of the situation. And logically, during his visit to Virgin Radio UK, Dan Houser was questioned about the future of the GTA franchise. It's worth remembering that Dan worked on every installment of the saga. He is the co-founder of Rockstar and was the company's vice president for over 20 years. In addition to that, he was the writing director and was therefore in charge of all the scripts and storylines for Rockstar Games, including all the GTA titles, alongside his teammates such as Laszlo and Michael Hunsworld, who have since also left Rockstar to join him in his new studio. Dan knows the inner workings of the prestigious firm. He knows how the company manages its projects. Even though it's been over 5 years since he left, he still knows a little how it works. So when Chris Evans asks him if there'll be another GTA, the 2 protagonists laugh. The presenter insists a bit, and Dan admits that, in his opinion, Rockstar has been working on it for a long time.
Many fans were saying, AJ, you have to be a DJ in Grand Theft Auto 6 or Grand Theft Auto 7. Let's ignore the first bit. Are they on their way? Are 6 and 7 coming? I don't work there anymore, but I would assume so. It's been a long time.
The exchange between Chris Evans and Dan is quite funny, and you can tell the former VP doesn't really want to elaborate on the topic. However, this answer is not surprising. Remember back in 2013, for the release of GTA 5, it was Leslie Benzies, then president of Rockstar North, who confirmed in an interview that Rockstar had ideas for the next 10 years for the GTA franchise. Though at that time, it was far from imaginable that 12 years later, the next GTA still wouldn't be released. This proves that Rockstar thinks about its future games right after a new one comes out. And like almost all studios in the industry, Rockstar isn't working on just one game. It is therefore certain that several other projects are in the conceptualization or pre-production stage, and that Rockstar has potentially already started thinking about the next GTA 7. But in the meantime, we'll first need to focus on union issues, development problems, and the game's release before thinking about anything else. So, friends, that's all for us for this new Weasel News. Don't hesitate to tell us in the comments section what you think. Of course, the full interview with Dan Houser is available on Absurd Ventures Mag. We invite you to go see it because it's truly fascinating. And there's a very strong focus on Rockstar's beginnings with Dan Houser. The interview is truly great. It was GTA 6 Universe. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you very soon on the channel for lots of new things.